Hey friends, hey civilian friends, hey my therapist friends, and hey my mental health friends. We're back to mindful chatting, but today I'm going to shift things a little bit. I want to move this podcast into something that feels more like an actual chat, less educational and more raw, more honest and more relatable. We're going back to the real, the explicit, the I can't believe she said that kind of stuff that probably needs to be said, but most people just don't know how to say it. So today's topic, what happens when being helpful becomes a burden and you just want to ghost everyone in your life? All right, I got my comfy drink. Do you? Because let's get started. You can be the best and the most helpful person in everyone's life, and still reach a point where it all becomes just a little too much. And then suddenly, oh wait, this is about you. No, wait, this is actually about me. Everything I thought that I was doing out of love, compassion, or duty becomes so heavy. And then I become resentful and I start suffocating. And we're going to talk about that because I know I'm not the only one. There is so much emotional weight to being that go-to person in someone's life. It feels good because in the moment, right? It feels like you're helping people. You're giving them direction. You're guiding them towards that clarity, towards that insight, so that they can be like the best version of themselves. And watching that in somebody that you appreciate, that you admire, or even love is awesome to watch. But goddamn, does that take a lot of energy from you? A lot of mental bandwidth. And remember, I'm a therapist. And if you're a therapist like me, you're doing that all fucking day. 8, 9, sometimes 10 hours straight. And that's just your sessions. You haven't even gotten to your emails yet. Because holding space for people whose lives are unraveling is a lot on you. But goddamn, does it feel good when you're doing it. But when you step out of that space and you start turning inward, you realize that you don't have a lot of energy left. And then you go home. You go home to the people you love, your friends, your partner, your kids. And guess what? They all need you too, except you're empty. And you think that this is where it ends. No. It gets a lot more complicated because you can't really ghost your clients, right? They need you and you need them, right? They hired you for a reason. And let's be honest, we care about them. So the energy you do have left, it goes to your work. It goes to those emails. It goes to those people that are actually relying on you. And that means the people that you love the most, the ones you want to actually be there for, end up getting what's left over, which, let's be real, it's usually nothing. Nothing. And that's where that guilt and that shame kicks in for you. Because I know it feels in for me. I don't want to hear about anyone else's bad day. Oh, this sounds so bad to say out loud, but it's true. I don't want to solve another person's problem. I don't want to play emotional triage after already doing it for a full day straight. I know saying it out loud right now feels like absolutely awful. It feels selfish. I feel cold, like I'm failing all the people who actually want to be around me and who trust me the most. The truth, I've ignored texts from friends, from family for like days. And not because I don't care, but because I'm just too depleted to even really pick up the goddamn phone. And the worst part is, people start assuming, oh, she must be living her best life. She's just so busy and happy to talk to me. No, it's actually quite the opposite. I'm actually shutting down. I'm disconnected, and I'm in this like self-preservation mode. Now, for anyone who hasn't been in this space, you're probably thinking, oh, great, she's taking care of herself. No, I hate it here. I hate it here because I'm not even taking care of myself. And not only am I not taking care of myself, I'm not taking care of anyone else around me. I'm not meeting anybody's needs. I'm not helping or making sure anyone is getting taken care of. I absolutely hate it here. And so now you think, okay, but you're a therapist, so you're just setting boundaries, right? Okay, yeah, sure. Let me just toss out my empathy, my sense of responsibility, and like all of my attachment issues while I'm at it. Boundaries don't always feel good. Boundaries often look like saying no to the people you don't actually want to say no to. It looks like silence when someone texts you needing advice because you literally cannot give anything else right now. It looks like letting people think you're distant or selfish or not the same anymore when really you're just trying to stay afloat. You're trying not to drown. And yeah, maybe you try to communicate that. Maybe you say, oh, I'm just really drained. I'm tired. I just need some space. I just need to rest. But people don't always understand, especially when you're the strong one. Remember? The helper, the problem solver, the go-to. Oh, and I forgot one more layer I forgot to add. It's my bonus layer. ADHD. Yeah, because sometimes the ghosting isn't even intentional. It's actually my decision paralysis. You know, when someone's going to want a lot from you emotionally and you love them and you want to be able to meet them there, but you can't. So instead of saying that, you do absolutely nothing. Because if you can't show up perfectly, you don't show up at all. And there is where my perfectionism teams up with my ADHD and goes full drama queen. Suddenly, I'm in this loop of I'm a bad friend or a bad wife, bad mom, whatever it is, fill in the blank. And then it turns to I'm overwhelmed and I'll respond later, or now it's too late and I feel awful. And the more I care about someone, the harder it is to just like be myself around them, because I've internalized this idea that I have to be the best fill in the blank, the best wife, the best mom, the best friend, the best therapist, instead of just actually really being me. And then I think, who is that? Has she been suffocated by all of these roles and these layers of these perfectionism things that I needed to be? I don't even know who she is anymore. But as I was kind of reflecting and introspecting this idea, maybe that's the actual boundary. Not the walls, not the ghosting, just being real, like being honest with myself, being me, whoever that is. So saying like, I love you, but I can't be your everything right now. That feels deflating, right? When you say it out loud. But maybe the best version of me isn't the most helpful version like I thought it was. Maybe it's the version that's still here, like still trying and messy for sure, but showing up with that truth instead of the perfection. So if you're someone who's been ghosting people lately, like I have, if you're the helper, the go-to, strong one, and you're like running on fumes, I just want to remind you, you're not broken like me. You're not broken. We need to say that to ourselves because we do say that. We're broken, but you're not broken. You're just tired. And that's not a flaw. It's actually a signal to yourself that maybe you're not actually being you. If you're still here with me in this raw episode, thanks. If this hit home, I want you to send it to another helper in your life. I want you to tag a friend. I want you to share it because I want to normalize the idea that sometimes saying less is the most loving thing we can do for ourselves. And if you're someone who's gotten ghosted by a strong friend lately, please don't take it personally. They probably just need a minute or a month or a nap, followed probably by a cry, and then following probably rewatching The Office in their pajamas. Either way, let's still be here. We just need that little space. And thank you for staying here with me. And remember, just be yourself. because maybe that's the only boundary we really needed in the first place.